this Trinitarian is stating that there are three persons and one God. This one God is three persons, as opposed to this one God is one person, which is Unitarianism. So when people are, generally when people are talking about personhood, they're thinking of a single person, or a being, they think of a single person. But with the Bible, the Bible reveals that God is a single being, but is three persons. And so what you commonly run into is when people are trying to understand the Trinity, or they're challenging on the Trinity, they're assuming and importing the idea of Unitarianism into the discussion. They unconsciously are bringing that idea in. Every time they say God, they're thinking Unitarian instead of Trinitarian. And one way to think about it is, which is helpful for me, is if you think of time, the idea of time. Time consists of three facets, or three dimensions, if you will: past, present, and future. Right? And time is one concept, but it consists of those three. And what people do, as an analogy to their misunderstanding of the Trinity, is they'll say, well, Jesus can't be God because there's only one God, and the Father's God, and so Jesus can't be God, and there'd be two gods. What they're doing is they're inadvertently importing their concept of Unitarianism into their rejection, basically their arguments against the Trinity. So it's equivalent to saying, the future is time, and so therefore the present can't be time because the future's time, and there's only one. Time is one thing. So every time they say the word time, they're thinking of future, and so they're doing the same thing when they come to the Trinity. They're saying, when they say God, they're saying Father. And so they are importing, and it's really hard for them to get that concept out of their thinking, because they're not thinking scripturally. They're thinking, what makes sense to their experience. They experience people, and they experience that humans are single persons. And when you introduce the concept of a tri-personal being, or God consists of three persons, it doesn't make sense to them, and so they're trying to wrap their mind around it. They're trying to bring God into their understanding, their time and space experience, and make sense of Him regarding their own personal experience, instead of taking what the Bible reveals and just accepting it for what it says by faith. And so the first thing you're going to encounter are those ideas of Unitarianism versus Trinitarianism. So keep that in your mind and try to continually bring them back to that, so that you can keep their thinking clear on that they're not importing a Unitarian concept when you're discussing Trinitarianism with them. All right?